Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today you might see the glare of my microphone there, and it's because I lost my voice. So I'm speaking low and I want the mic to be able to pick it up, because if I talk in my normal voice, this is what you're gonna get. But if I talk lower, I can make it into a tone that's understandable. I have another video coming out that I did before I lost my voice. Well, actually during losing my voice. But it's not loaded yet. It's giving me a hard time, so I figured just let's get something quick out. In that video, I'm gonna thank you guys again, but thanks for everyone who reached out and sent well wishes for my family member. I really appreciate it. Oh, and welcome and thank you to all the new subscribers. Please don't leave because my voice is shot. It'll come back, I promise. Anyway, today we're gonna work with a die from Scrapbooking Made Simple. I showed these before. They did a sale, warehouse sale, and they do this every year. And I was able to pick up some pretty intricate dies for less than $4. So this is one of the dies, and it comes with several pieces, but we're not going to use all of that today. What I want to use is the main one, and I'm going to use one of the stamps from the Christmas versus Compendium from Crafter's Companion. I'm also going to use red paper, which I was thinking about embossing with an embossing folder, but I'm not. I think it's going to make it too busy, and I'm either going to use silver cardstock or, well, poster board from Hobby Lobby, or that Dollar Tree gold one that I've been using lately. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna cut our red down to really layer well on our white card base, and I may just leave a little bit. We'll see. I'm gonna cut it down and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have it cut down. And what I'm going to do is that I am actually going to glue it down already to our card base. And that's because I want to cut a piece out, and I want to make sure that I cut both of them at the same time and it's even, so we could see to the inside of the card. Okay, so we're going to put some glue, and I'm going to add plenty of glue just because I really want it to stick, especially where it's going to cut. I don't want it to move, and we're going to put it to the side so it can fully dry, and it's going to be wall to wall. Okay. So we're going to set this off to fully dry, and then we're going to cut our main die out. We're going to cut it out in the silver, and we're going to cut it out in the gold, just to see which one we like best. Let's see. Now with this one, since it's very intricate, I am going to use my metal shim so we don't have any issues getting those pieces out. So I'm going to get that ready, and I might just pass it through and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have them cut out in both colors, and we'll decide which one we're going to use after we cut out the aperture in this thing. Now we're going to decide how we want it displaced, and I think I want it like that, so I'm gonna tape this down, but on the inside, so if the tape messes anything up or it marks the paper, it will mark it on the inside, and then on the outside of our card will remain okay, even though most of that is going to get covered. Now we don't need our metal shim for this part. So let's go ahead and run that through. Now let's take this out. And then we could pull this off. So now we have this. And we can decide which one we prefer. Do we want to go with the silver? Looks very pretty. Or do we prefer the gold? Also looks very pretty. This is personal preference. Since I've been using the gold a lot, I'm going to go ahead and do the silver instead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to emboss our sentiment inside the card. So we're going to line that up and see exactly where we want it. And that looks pretty good. You can also get a sentiment that's higher. I'm going to try to keep it a little more simple. And I guess we'll do it right there. You can layer another piece of paper inside. But again, for time's sake, I'm going to keep it very simple. I don't want to lose my voice in all of this. And you guys can't understand me. I don't think you can understand me much now. Okay. Let's prep it for the embossing. And we're going to use VersaFine ink, and then we're going to just put clear embossing powder. I have black embossing powder, but I've discovered that doing the clear with the VersaFine works best for me. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to ink it up. And I put the platform backwards because my mic is really close, so I don't want it to interfere. And then we're going to stamp it one more time. There's tons of sentiments in that compendium that you can use. But this one seemed good. Besides, I don't have grandparents, so that would have been weird. And now we can tap off the excess, and there we go. Now we can emboss that and start putting out our die cuts on. I'll be right back with the heat tool. Okay, we have our heat tool, so we're gonna emboss. So my paper warped a little bit. I can always run it back through my die cutting machine just to smooth it out, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just try to shape it back. And I always put a piece of paper on the back anyway, so that also would straighten it out. Okay, so that's our sentiment, and it's nicely embossed. And now we just have to decide which one we want to use. I would have embossed with an embossing folder the red. I think it would have looked better, but that's fine. We could just use it like that. We have the silver and we have the gold. This is basically whatever is appealing to you. Ooh, we could also had done this color in different, and we could have just paper pieced back the flowers and stuff. That would have looked really nice. So we could have like cut out the flowers red and some, just cut out several of these and just pieced in some colors. That would have looked pretty. But I think we're gonna go with the silver as planned. And because this is very intricate, I'm just gonna put some glue and just dab it. It's just easier. Whatever excess glue will come off with adhesive eraser very quickly, so I'm not concerned about that. And yes, I am making a mess on my hand, but that's okay. And then we're gonna just put that carefully. And there we go. Let's just hold it for a second. So that's what we have so far. Now this did come with some extra little dies, so we can always just cut some of these out and add if we feel that it's too plain. I'm just gonna cut them out and we can see what that looks like. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's several pieces that you can cut out, as I stated before. You can cut these little guys out and put them there or opposite of each other. Or you can add another piece to it. Or what I liked the best was this ornament, and then I cut out a die using a bow using my CC Design bow dies, and then we can just add that there. So it kind of gives the card a little bit something more. You can absolutely leave it like this. It will run through the mail fine. You wouldn't have to worry about adding extra postage. But I'm just gonna show how it's gonna look with something else added to it. So let's place that. And then we can add our little bow. And we would have to hold that in place for a second for it to take. I got some extra glue on it, but after it dries, I'll come back with the adhesive eraser and remove that. So we're just gonna hold it there for a second. Let me let it dry and then I'll come back. Okay, so it's not totally adhered yet, but it's adhered enough that I can start moving it around. So this is what we have. You can add some gems if you wanted to. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Had I not put this ornament, I probably would have added some, but I think it's a cute card. You can actually flatten that bow a little bit and it should go through the mail. But the dies are awesome. I purchased them from Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's a small shop in California, and these are her dies. See, that's her design. So you can do this with any die, though. Any die you have that has multiple layers. It's just an idea, and that's what it looks like. Very simple card. Anyway, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'm gonna go drink some much needed tea, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.